Yes, indeed. This is Professor David Steinberg of the SteinbergFiles.com talking to you today about governors who are refusing to implement Obamacare. To find the sources for this story, visit my website, SteinbergFiles.com. Fox News reports at least 18 governors now say they are at least considering not expanding Medicaid, effectively exploiting the one part of the Supreme Court ruling that came down in Republicans' favor. Aside from resisting the Medicaid expansion, several GOP governors have also said they will not move forward in creating the so-called insurance exchanges. These exchanges, set to go into effect in 2014, are meant to be the state-based marketplaces where strictly regulated insurance, replace that with federally mandated insurance, plans will be available for purchase. Who are some of these governors? One of the first was Governor Bobby Jindal of the state of Louisiana. Others, Governor Scott Walker of the state of Wisconsin, Governor Rick Scott of Florida, Governor Rick Perry of Texas, Governor Nikki Haley of South Carolina, all of them refusing to implement Obamacare. State defiance of the federal government. I never thought I would see that in my lifetime. But then again, I never thought I would see an administration that was as arrogant or corrupt as the Obama administration. I guess you never know what you're going to see. Let's see what Bobby Jindal has to say about this. He says of Obamacare, it makes no sense. This is a bad law. Continuing, we're not expanding Medicaid. We're not implementing the health exchanges. Instead, we're going to do everything we can to elect Mitt Romney to repeal this bad law and replace it. See that, Mr. President? That's what somebody who actually cares about the people of this country says. I know what you care about is your legacy, but just if you're curious what somebody who cares about the people living in their state has to say, there's an example. Now we hear from Jacob Lew, White House Chief of Staff, who responds, I, for the life of me, don't understand why a governor would refuse to let the people in their state take advantage of Medicaid coverage that is 100% paid for out of the huge deficit, I'm adding those words, out of the federal budget, Lew said, while acknowledging the federal aid declines in latter years. How about that? Yes, here's the federal carrot for you governors. Why don't you take it? Well, Mr. Lew, you really can't understand why these governors wouldn't want to implement Obamacare. Really? Really? Well, let me give you just a few reasons. And if you still don't understand, there's lots more, because this law is a disgrace. But here are a few. Number one, massive increases in federal deficits. Massive increases in middle-class taxes, including capital gains and dividend taxes that will destroy the 401k accounts of Americans. You want some more? Why not? Tax increases on people who need prosthetic limbs, special needs patients, the elderly, employers dropping health care coverage, incoherent legislation that adds millions of patients without adding a single doctor or a hospital bed. Yes, that's Obamacare. $500 billion in Medicare cuts, leading to a denial of care for seniors. Is that enough for you, Mr. Lew? Because if it's not, just let me know. There are lots more reasons. But you don't care about that, do you? Nor does your boss, Mr. Obama. What he cares about is his legacy. Well, here is your legacy, Mr. President. Your legacy is a number of states who are defying the federal government because the federal government is out of touch with the people and is corrupt. This is David Steinberg of the Steinberg Files.